Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good looking crowd, thank you for coming out tonight. So, today, alright, glad some people appreciate it. So, earlier today I went and got my hair cut because it was looking pretty nasty after waiting about 2 months. And what really amazes me is apparently there's the same procedure for every country in the world. There's the same barber takes the kind of, whatever it is, the cape that they put around you when they're about to give your haircut, and are determined, I don't know what it is, I guess every person who cuts hair was abused at some point in their life, so they're just like, we're going to take this cape and tie it around your neck as fucking tight as possible. For some reason, yeah, it's everywhere. It's happened here. I've had my hair cut in Canada. We probably got some people from some other countries here tonight, and they can verify it's the same with every barber.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing is, every barber you meet, or every hairstylist, whatever, they keep asking the same question. They're just like, do you want clippers? Should I use the scissors? Should I use the clippers? What size should I use? And it's just like, look, I'm trusting you to take sharp objects to my head and not kill me. How about we just continue this level of trust, and I'm just going to let you pick the size of the clippers. So, after that, I pick up the newspaper, and I read the newspaper, and I get a little frustrated. There's this news story right now that's breaking the U.S., that there's this guy named Snowden who revealed a bunch of really big secrets, basically that the Obama administration was spying on every phone record in America for some reason. And this guy did not have a high school, he didn't have a college diploma, didn't have a high school diploma, but was hired, outsourced, the CIA decided to outsource its research of national security secrets to another company, and apparently didn't even bother to check if these people require a high school diploma to get this job. So, what really annoys me is not that, it shows the Obama administration was breaking all these laws, but by revealing this information and showing that everybody's phone records were being looked at, it means that that drunk fucking douchebag at every party who's like, yeah man, you got a credit card? No man, I don't have a credit card. I live off the grid. Don't you know that the government's looking at all your phone? It knows what you do, the government. It means this asshole was right. I mean, that just really fucking sucks. And so the CIA is outsourcing, and the CIA doesn't even work. I lived outside of Washington, D.C. for 2 years, and the CIA, the FBI, I know people who worked in the CIA, the FBI, the DEA, the NSA, and basically, they don't work, they drink. All the time, because they have all these old guys who have national security clearance, and they don't want them to sell it to other countries, so they let them just kind of work and drink. And as a result of this, they need to outsource the work. And the other thing besides drinking that these guys would do is they would come to my the movie theater where I worked at, and these were guys, and I figured out they were CIA and FBI agents because they would pay with a credit card and then use CIA or FBI ID, or they would use a CIA credit card. There's actually a fucking CIA credit card. And I was kind of imagining, how would you promote this product of the CIA credit card? I guess it would have to go a little something like this. You know, folks, it was a pretty tough week. Overthrowing the government of Pakistan and then sending warplanes to bomb civilians in that nation, I was pretty tired. And when the weekend rolled around, I thought it was all going to be cool. But then a journalist decided to reveal the massive secrets of the Obama administration, and I had to make sure that his death looked like a suicide. But by the time Sunday rolled around, I realized I had forgotten my wife's anniversary. Fortunately, I had the CIA credit card. I was able to find a website that both got a bouquet of roses to my wife and a letter. So while she may be able to read in the papers of my various international war crimes, she'll never know I forgot our special day. CIA credit card. Don't violate international law without it. Thank you very much. So, I would just get real frustrated, and one of the favorite things I like to do to relax is go to the movies. Now, I saw a really good movie last week, The Trip. It had Steve Coogan and Robert Brydon. It was a really funny comedy, and it was really interesting because unlike so many movies today, it had these bizarre concepts called plot and characters. But a lot of my friends, they really like the superhero movies. The superhero movies are out all the time now. And I was a big comic geek in high school, probably explained why I was a virgin all throughout high school. And I really liked the first couple of superhero movies. But after a while, it's the same movie every time. Now, if you read comic books, there's lots of different superhero stories, but every superhero movie is the exact same one. My friends are like, that's not true. I'm like, listen, okay, this is every single superhero movie. So, begins off. We have a superhero. Let's call him Super Iron Spider Batman. So Super Iron Spider Batman is doing a pretty good job patrolling New York, Angeles, or China, India, Russia, if it's, later in the series. So he's doing a pretty good job. He's able to fight evil, but he's having a little trouble with his personal life. Can't really get the girl, or he gets the girl, but it's not the girl he wants. He's doing a pretty good job fighting evil. And then the really bad guy shows up. Let's call him Loki Bane Luthor. Now, Loki Bane Luthor, we know that he's the real bad guy for a couple of reasons. One, for some reason, he's played by a British actor. Also, there's two scenes that have happened earlier in the movie. Earlier in the movie, there was a scene where it was really dark, and a bunch of guys were like, I'm not scared of Loki Bane Luthor. You totally gotta be scared of Loki Bane Luthor. And then he shows up, being in the dark, and they're like, oh shit, it's Loki Bane Luthor. Then there's another scene where the villain only has to do a little task. Like, Loki Bane Luthor, there's a bunch of apples on the table in there. You gotta retrieve them. Why? Because we're hungry and they're delicious apples. Okay, but I have to kill 40 people in the process. Okay. And that just seems to happen all the time. So basically, just before the two heroes are about to fight, with the hero and the villain, Loki Bane Luthor gives some bizarre, not really a speech, but kind of like two sentences. He thought he was playing the game, but little did he know, reality was the game he had yet to play. I have no clue what the fuck that means, but it's in every superhero movie. So the two guys, they finally go together, they fight. They have this big fight. Super Iron Spider Batman gets his ass kicked, and then he disappears for a little while. And then he meets some old guy who was like his uncle or an old friend from high school. Who's like, hey, I was once scared, but then I was brave. So you gotta be brave and be Super Iron Spider Batman again. Okay, but he's not really sure. So then he goes out and he keeps walking. And he sees a little kid. And the little kid has an apple. And the apple's about to be stolen. Then he beats up the guy about to steal the apple. And then he gives a monologue about why he wants to be Super Iron Spider Batman again. So then he rushes off and decides to go fight Loki Bane Luthor. At some point in the movie, by this point, a nuclear bomb has somehow been tied into the plot. I don't know why, but it seems to happen in every fucking superhero movie. So they have the big fight. He beats Loki Bane Luthor, defeats him. But then there's a nuclear bomb. Fortunately, this is the type of nuclear bomb that can somehow be deactivated by salt water. So, drops the nuclear bomb in the salt water. Oh, everything's okay. So then we have the hero goes back, everybody's happy again. Then the credits kick in. And what are the credits? Well, the credits are a song by a band that was really, really awesome about 15 years ago. Now they're kind of cool, but they're writing some song about rising again, or overcoming, or some vaguely related thing to superheroes. But don't leave! Don't fucking leave! Because there's gonna be some scenes after the credits. First, there's the one scene after the credits. And it's always all the heroes. And they're joining together, and they're doing something. They're like having a picnic, or one of the heroes is running, and he's going for a hot dog, but then someone trips him and he falls in the mud and everybody laughs. But then there's another scene, and it's really, really dark. And there's the villain. If he hasn't been killed, he's there. If not, it's another villain. They've usually put another villain in just for this scene. And so he's right there, and he's just like, but you don't understand. Super Iron Spider Batman is too powerful. But does he know that his old math teacher is still alive? No! Good. But if you fight him, you will be insane. Insane, you say? End of movie! And that's the end of my set. Thank you very much, Mr. Barron.